Who saw it firsthand. And before we get to that, Kelly, how bad was the damage there?
Well, the cost was over $1 million. In 2010, the tornado soared through 5 miles of land, ripping out trees, damaging about 50 structures, and completely leveling a few businesses. 5 years later, the town has rebuilt, but they haven't forgotten. Juanita Nickel remembers exactly what the weather looked like 5 years ago.
And I looked in the rearview mirror to see if anything was coming, and there was the whole black cloud. The cloud was just black. And I thought at the time, wow, I've never seen a cloud so dark.
Nickel happened to have just stepped out of work at the Nickel plumbing shop. As she drove back, unaware of any tornado, there it was, her 50-year-old business in shambles.
And I was so thankful that I wasn't in that office. Right where I would have been sitting was a pile of brick.
And when the roof came off,
2 other businesses were completely leveled too. It was one of Oregon's worst tornadoes of the century. The town was in disbelief.
So I looked down the street, and it looked like a bomb had gone off. And that was the street that we call it the Dorothy House, was lifted off the foundation and moved approximately about a good foot and a half.
About a year after the devastation, Nickel Plumbing was able to rebuild, but the memory is still ingrained right here into the wall. They've even added a new, appropriately named gym. But 5 years later, memories of the tornado still strike a chord in the heart of Police Chief Richard Schmitz.
The citizens and stuff, are important as their family. And so when you see something like this happen, you take it hard.
And for Nickel, a deeply spiritual woman, her faith remains unshaken.
But I've learned 2 things about God. I know that how much God loves me, how well he took care of me, and that he's not through with me yet. He still has plans for me here on this earth.
Nickel retired just a few months ago, and the plumbing shop and the gym are now owned by her family members. Live in the studio, I'm Kelly Andersen, KVAL News.
Thank you, Kelly. Next on KVAL News, for shipping companies, this is a very busy time of the year. We'll take you inside FedEx headquarters for a look at the operation.